Konnichiwa. My name is Edward. Guys, thank you for paying attention to another edition of the Jack Files. This next one is about hate crimes. That's right, guys, hate crimes. And special thanks go out to 1998BC. He gave me this idea originally. So thank you if you're paying attention and watching. Gentlemen, ladies, I do not believe that hate crimes exist on an everyday level. Now, I say that because a lot of people don't get it. Now, hate crimes are committed by groups like the Ku Klux Klan, neo-Nazis, people that kill other people because of their race. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a hate crime. What is not a hate crime? When a white guy robs a black guy because he thought he had money, it's not a hate crime. It's just a criminal who thought he saw an easy mark and went for it. In which case, he's not committing a hate crime, he's just robbing your ass. Please understand that. Please get it. A lot of you don't, and I'm trying to break it down for you because what a lot of you don't realize is there are not a lot of hate crimes anymore. Okay? That might not, go over well with a lot of you, but I'm trying to tell you the truth. There aren't a lot of hate crimes committed in the world. Most times criminals commit crimes more because there's an opportunity rather than the color of a person's skin. Now, a lot of people don't get that. Specifically, several black people in the medias and some Arab people don't get that. They say, oh, you know what, I've been discriminated against because of my race. Now, more often than not, that's not true. Okay? It's not true. What you need to realize is that while you may think it's discrimination, it's probably not. Because Mexicans and Asians and even redneck white motherfuckers get treated like suspects. That's just how we roll, And here's another myth, because I want to get this one out there as soon as possible. Not all white people are racist. There, I said it. Some of you might be thinking now I'm a white person myself. I'm not. I'm actually a Mexican. The reason I'm bringing that up is because I want you to understand very clearly that I'm not trying to... What did that one guy do? What did that one guy say? One guy wrote an insulting letter to me. Oh yeah, I'm trying to do my best to redeem my race. I don't know who the fuck that guy was, because he ended up deleting the comment, but I remember that one very clearly when I said Kanye West was a nigger. Ladies and gentlemen, hate crimes are a rarity, because in most times, people are just being people. Criminals aren't looking for white people or Asians or Mexicans or black people to pick on. It's just, that's how it happens. Now, here's positions where a person cannot use hate. It's a hate crime. Now, the person that actually gave me this idea told me that in Oakland, mostly a black-dominated city, these black people treat other non-blacks like shit. Call them whitey, cracker, spick, whatever, chink, who knows? I don't live there. But the person that gave me this idea, he told me that his friend named Jose, who is a Mexican, you can tell by the name, is treated like crap and dirt by the mostly black-dominated Oakland population. That they treat people that aren't black like they're invaders. Now, if you do some stupid shit like that, you cannot honestly say, hey, when shit happens to you, you can't say, hey, it was a hate crime. No, because you're being a racist. Your average person in today's American society is growing up or lives in an area that has black people, Indians, whites, Mexicans, Asians. I mean, you never know. We basically live in a melting pot. And it's hard for a lot of people to say, hey, it's a hate crime, because we are actually no longer the world of the 40s where the black man, Mexican, and Asian were treated like fourth-class citizens. No, this is actually a world where people treat each other fairly. Now, here's something that a lot of people should understand when it comes to hate crimes. It has to go both ways. I'm stressing this fact. I'm actually going to commit a little bit of the segment to that. It has to go both ways. Just because you're black and the person that hurt you or did something to you was white doesn't necessarily make it a hate crime. Because if that same instance, if the victim was a white person and the culprit was black, could we call it a hate crime? A lot of black people will say no. That's bullshit. If you are able to say, hey, a hate crime was committed against me, a white person should be able to say, hey, I was just a victim of a hate crime. But a lot of people don't like that idea. You know what? You need to realize that, it's a two-way street. You cannot just claim the idea that, hey, we're victims all the time. Okay? And some of you aren't gonna get that. I understand this. You're fucktards. You honestly have no idea or concept of what real life is. Now, I understand that, so I'm going to make it very easy for you to understand what I'm trying to say. Alright, if a Mexican commits a crime against a black guy, it's not a hate crime. The Mexican was a criminal. If a white guy commits a crime against an Asian, it's not a hate crime. The white guy was a criminal. If the black guy commits a crime against the white guy, not a hate crime. The black guy was a criminal. Do you see the pattern here? Now, if the black guy kills the Mexican and calls him a spick and does all types of other shit, like basically saying racist remarks as he's shooting him, that's a hate crime. Why? Because you did something based upon the idea that a person, because of their race, that's it. There's no conclusion to that idea. That was the whole idea. You hurt somebody or did something to somebody else because of their race. There's no other way else to go with that. I hope you actually understood that it's a two-way street. You just can't be black and consider everything that's done against you a hate crime. It doesn't work like that. Please understand. Please get where I'm going with this, because a lot of people are using the idea of the hate crime when it doesn't apply. I mean, I'm just trying to help because I don't think you're getting the point. Please. Please. I'm trying to help you. If you don't understand anything that I've just said, please go back and watch this again. And if you don't believe me, go back and just watch TV, basically the news, and hear about what happens to people. And more often than not, you'll understand that hate crimes aren't an everyday event. They aren't. They don't happen every day. They're actually rare. So, hopefully that you actually understood what I've said. If not, please put your head between your legs and kiss your ass goodbye. And then when you bring your head back up, pull that trigger. Alright? Guys, thank you for paying attention to another edition of the Jack Files. Don't forget, it's all about freedom of speech. If you don't use it, somebody just might take it away. Peace.